Hey everybody, Justin here, and you're just in time for another video. Today I want to talk to you about financial mindset and why it's important, but why it's not the most important step in order to reach your financial goals. Now, financial mindset is important. It is important to me because it helps you determine and seek that motivation in order to achieve financial goals. If you're watching this video, hopefully you're in the spot where you want to start taking control of those finances. And I came to that realization myself. Thinking about finances, I've always been kind of into money, but I did have a stage where I neglected the things that I was doing. I knew what I was doing wasn't the best. Using a credit card as an emergency, thinking I can pay it off in the future, just wishful thinking, and just neglecting a lot of those simple tasks as far as, investing when I was, fresh and young, and the earliest I could start investing, didn't take advantage of it either. So realizing where you came from and the mistakes that you've made could definitely help change your mindset and benefit you going forward to where you know what you missed out on by not achieving certain things when you were younger, and where you want to go to achieve your financial goals, where you want your net worth to be in the future, where you want you and your family to be set up, kind of what's your target, when do you want to retire, how do you want to retire, do you want to retire comfortably, do you want to work part-time when you retire? A lot of different scenarios can play in your head. Just knowing your financial mindset and wanting to achieve success financially is a great first step. But a lot of gurus, and there's a lot of different books that you can read that is all about financial mindset, and I've even read those books. It gets you really motivated, but there's no action items on what to do once you're motivated, how to achieve your financial goals. And I feel like that is the biggest misclaimer that is presented to you. So how do you fix that? What I want you to do is take that mindset, because that's the first key step, but it's not the most important. The most important is developing a healthy financial habit. And developing a good habit typically takes 20 to 30 days minimum. Doing something for 20 to 30 days is a great way to start to form a habit. And then carrying that on, once you get over that 1 month time frame of doing something consistently, it will be much easier going forward after that. What do I mean by building a successful financial habit? What I mean is in that first month, once you have your mindset and you want to achieve financial success, there are little things that you can start doing. You can start budgeting. You can start seeing where your finances are. I actually did find it's very helpful to start off micromanage budgeting, just to see your finances, see how much you're truly bringing in, whether your W-2s are coming in, whether it's your small business that's bringing in monthly income. And then once you start that, once you start tracking now, right, in 6 to 12 months, you can see an average every month. If you have irregular income, it's a great way to help manage that as well. Just start micro budgeting. Take all your income, see how much you have, and see where all of it goes. Assign it to where it goes before the month starts. Say, this is how much my mortgage is, this is how much utilities typically are, right? You can kind of get an average from your previous bills, and then just lay it out that way and see where you want your finances to go. And sometimes this can lead to you seeing you're overspending a little bit in an area that you shouldn't be overspending in, you don't want to be overspending in, and you can see how, if you have a bunch of debt, ways to tackle that debt in order to free up some income for adding to our investments. Maybe you realize, I'm really not investing a large percentage of my income that I could be, and just seeing your finances, where they come in and where you want them to go. And doing this allows you to plan for your future, where you can plan to save up a X amount by a certain date, where you can see, all right, well, if I keep my investments at this and I maintain this income, then I'll be at this goal. Not assuming, right, you're getting raises and stuff every year. It's a great way to manage your money and kind of see where you're going with it. If you get comfortable with budgeting, you could take a more, not necessarily as detailed approach, more of an overall sum approach, right? Where we usually spend X percentage of our income on area, right? Our housing. We spend this X amount on food and gas, and just kind of generalize it. But just kind of knowing where your money's going is a great healthy habit to start with. And once you get rolling, after that 30 days of, after the first month of doing it, it usually takes a few months to get some of the numbers realized. Be like, oh, I didn't realize how much I paid for this utility. Well, now you can kind of see how it averages and changes as the seasons change. Other financial successful habits that you can develop over time are going to be investment ideas. Managing your investments, whether they're your long-term plays or short-term plays, seeing what stocks are going into those investments, if you're doing an index fund, just kind of tracking that index fund, making sure you have auto debits pulling out of your paycheck. And that's one of the great things about a budget. If you see you have $10,000 per month coming in, well, if you want to, invest 10% of your money, then you can make sure you're putting $1,000 auto drafted and purchasing new stocks and index funds in your portfolio, checking your investments, seeing what the growth is. Even for your long-term plays, you might see them go down, but then realize that those long-term plays, if you take a look, I've invested for 5 years, you see how it's grown over 5 years. You can be reassured that your investment is doing great. Checking your bank account can be a great method as well. I find it very helpful. Having easy access on our phones nowadays, you can just check your bank account right there. See funds that have gone in, gone out, see purchases made and whatnot, and just kind of track your spending right there. And it's really easy to, catch and see that money in and out, and get you in the financial mindset of hopefully not overspending. A great saying, I think, is don't be afraid to save and spend your money. So it's a healthy relationship, right? I'm not saying you have to save everything that you have after you pay for your living expenses. Save everything, invest everything, right? We are humans. We love to do fun things. So definitely have a portion of that money that you want to do something fun, whether you go out to eat to a fancy dinner, you go on a vacation, you can still have fun, spend money. Don't be afraid to spend money, but spend it wisely, right? I think after you develop some healthy habits on saving and seeing where your money goes, it's easier to make those decisions to not overspend after realizing you're not going to hit any financial goals that you set. And seeing money leave, at least for me, definitely hurts, right? I hate just seeing my money get wasted and not, do something either I love to do or work for me for the future, my future self. Once you get your mindset that you want to achieve that you have great financial aspirations, once you get your mindset on that, and then you start doing the little things to get a habit going of getting to where you want to go, another thing that you want to start doing is looking into ways to bring in extra money. Now, a lot of people always say, earn extra money, make extra money. This is easy, right? Just have 10 strings of income. Well, it's a lot harder to get started and get the ball rolling. For instance, I'm in the current process of trying to get that ball rolling, and once you get that ball rolling, it's going to be a lot easier. But it's that habit of being consistent in order to get that ball rolling. Ways you can make money, right? You can create YouTube content and eventually get big enough and get enough supporters in order to raise some income and make a little extra money. You can sell merchandise. You can, get a part-time job. It's that simple, where you can, get a part-time job, work weekends, and then you're bringing in that little extra income. And a little bit of extra income, even $100 a month, can make a huge difference in your goals. Try to figure ways that work best for you to get a little bit of extra income going. And if you're in a house that's full of stuff, why not look at some of that stuff that you haven't used in over a year that's been in a box? See if you can sell some things. And that's a great way to make a little extra income as well, is to sell a few items in your house. You sell enough stuff, you get $300, $400, $500, and then you can have that to invest, to save up for something you were saving up for. It could be a quick way to make a little bit of extra cash. So definitely think of those. We don't all have $1 million business idea. So if you do, that's great. Get started on it and just give everything a shot, right? I get more and more motivation every time I post these videos, right? Whether I see I have 4 people watching or 10,000 people watching, I don't care. I get motivation from posting these videos, and what it does for me personally is help me stay motivated on my financial goals as well. Me sharing financial content and sharing different ways of financial independence and literacy helps maintain me and my goals that I have set for me and my family. Even if this isn't bringing any income in, it can be one of those tools that helps you with your motivation to develop that good habit in order to get the ball rolling. And who knows, you do this long enough, maybe you have a small little business idea that can come up. Maybe you think, oh, I can sell merchandise on this. Oh, I'm great at computer programming. Let me see if I can, reach out and get my skills and have some side work. All right, you're just in time for the lyric of the week. This segment is going to be about finding a lyric that speaks to great financial mindset or a great financial topic within songs, right? So just like a sentence or two in the lyrics. This week I'm gonna cover Chicken Fried by Zac Brown Band.
What you drive or the price tag on your clothes. There's no dollar sign on a piece of mind. This I've come to know.
The best part about this lyric is it helps with your financial mindset, teaching that it's not about where you live, what you drive. You don't have to drive a Ferrari. It's okay if you drive a beater car. It's okay if you drive a Ferrari as well. It's not about where you live. We don't necessarily need to judge if you live, in a cheaper home, a smaller home, but that's great financial mindset because it's peace of mind over, fancy things is how I interpret that. It's about personal finance, right? You don't have to keep up with the Joneses. It's your goals, it's your peace of mind, and it's your life. So there you have it. On this channel, we're going to talk about finances, but we're also going to have a little fun, try different little ways about thinking about it, just like finding the lyric of the week. Comment below if you do have a lyric that you want me to discuss, or you have one that really stood out. Like the video, subscribe if you haven't already, so you can stay in touch and you can be up to date with all the new content.